Howdy, howdy. This is Mr. Potter, and we're back at Bitburner. This is our episode 5, and I've been hanging out with the faction over here. So I've been working with NightSec. One of the things that we did is we actually got these three factions here. We had worked with CyberSec and Sector 12 before, and we've been able to add NightSec. Notice our hack level has gotten up to pretty high, about 360. I guess those augmentations that we got have been working out pretty well. Hacking has been going on over a couple of days, actually. I also have worked a little. I've also worked, um, did some university classes to kind of up my hack level as well. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what we're going to do. So we are going to uh, explore our city a little bit. So we've got all these different places in our city. One of the things that I would like to do is go to the stock exchange. And at the stock exchange, we can purchase an account. Prior to this, it was like $200 million. That's a huge amount of money. Well, I've got 16 billion now. So I'm going to be okay with purchasing an account. And now if I purchase my account, here's my account. And I have the ability to apparently buy and trade stocks. So I can buy and trade and see how things go. I'm not going to be too much into that right now, but Four Sigma market data feed provides information about stocks that will help your trading strategies. Every transaction you make has a 100,000 commission fee. When you reset after installing Augmentations, the stock market is reset. You will retain your account, access to Tick and 4S data market. All of your stock positions are lost. Make sure to sell your stocks before selling Augmentations. So I've got this account. This account will last, but purchases and stocks won't. So I'm not going to do that right now, but I could switch to my portfolio mode if I wanted to. I do want to talk a little bit about my job. So I actually got a job at Icarus Microsystems. I've got a pretty good company reputation after working a couple of shifts there. But I see this option. It says Infiltrate Company, and it looks interesting. I'm curious what would happen if I actually click that. So let's click it. Difficulty 100 to 100 is too heavily guarded for your current stats. Okay, so no worries. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel. And maybe I'll go to food and stuff. Okay, I can't really infiltrate there. I wonder if there's other jobs that I could infiltrate. See Joe's Guns. What happens if I try and infiltrate this company? Difficulty 74 out of 100. So I'm in the verge of hard. I'm not in the impossible like I was before. I'm wondering if there's a place that I could actually infiltrate. I could kind of explore a little bit and see. CIA sounds, Megacorp sounds too big. I've got these gyms. I've got Alpha Enterprises. I've got the university. Let's see what happens at Four Sigma. If I try and infiltrate the company, this is another 100 out of 100, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to go ahead and try Joe's Guns. We'll just see what happens, and whatever happens, happens. So, spacebar is the default action. Everything that uses arrow keys can also use WASD. Sometimes the rest of the keyboard is used. No games require use of the mouse. All right. Type it backwards. So, oops. Cut the wires with the following. Cut all wires numbered 9. 9. Yeah, it's just pretty fast. Let's try one more time with that. Now that I know what to expect. Slash when its guard is down. All right, enter the code. Up, down. Oops, missed that one. All right, try one more time to infiltrate the company. Close the bracket. So I've got close brackets, close bracket, close bracket. Right, left, up, right, up, down, left. Okay, so clearly that is way too hard for me, and I'm going to go ahead and stop. Another thing that we can do in our city is I can go to the slums and I can commit these crimes. Notice some of these crimes have a 100% chance of success. If I do something like shoplift is going to take 2 seconds to do, and I get $15,000, and it gives me some dexterity and some agility. I can do something like larceny, and that's going to take 1:30. I'm not going to take 1:30 to do that. But I could do some of these harder ones, which have a lower chance to do it. I'm not that much of a criminal, so I'm not going to do that. All right, what else do we have in the city? I've got NSA. What happens if I click on NSA? I can apply for a job. All of those requires better skills than I have, so I'm not going to do that. Go back to my city. We looked at the hospital. I can get treatments for wounds. I guess because I have 17 HP, if I ever do something that causes wounds, I'm going to have some problems with that. But I've also got this option to travel. And now, since a ticket costs $200,000, I can actually travel a bit around the world. So I've got A, which is Avium. I've got V, which is Volhaven. C, which is Chongqing. I've got New Tokyo. And I've got Ishima. So I'm going to go try Avium, see what happens. Will I like to travel? It's only $200,000. I'm now in Avium. And so now I've got a different network. I've got different places that I could. Ooh, would you like to join? Sure, let's join. Let's see what happens. So if I go to this faction and take a look at Avium, the Silicon City, perform work, carry out assignments, and help further its cause. I've got the speech processor implant, which is plus 20 charisma, a neurostimulator, which increases my hacking, faster hack, grow, and weaken, and faster chance success. I can get a Neuroflux Governor level 4, because I already have levels 1, 2, and 3. And the PC Matrix. So this goes up 7 to my reputation, crime, and work money. And I start with Deep Scan V1 and Autolink. So that actually looks pretty nice to have, except I don't think I'm going to do that yet. What else do we have in the city, though? We've got our World Stock Exchange, so I imagine our account is still there. Yeah, we still have our World Trade account. I can still buy those stocks. Fulcrum Tech. I can purchase servers here. I can purchase bigger servers here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and, well, no. Purchasing a server isn't going to help if I'm going to use augmentations and just reset everything again. But it's good to know that if I go here, I can buy a bigger server. Because right now, if I go to my terminal and I do go home and analyze, my home server is, doesn't say how big it is. Interesting. If I go to my active scripts, you can see what I've got here in home. I've actually got several scripts running, 62 of them to be precise. So in the past, I've increased the size of my computer, and because I've increased the size of my computer, I've been running more and more and more scripts. I've got 21 copies that we can grow and hack on here. All right, back to the city. I've got this row construction. Okay. AeroCorp. And of course, all of these look like they're difficult to do. I'm wondering if there is an easier place somewhere in the world to hack. I don't know where it is, but we could see. Anyway, I'm not looking too much into the city, but we have the option for city. We have the option to travel around the world. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to Sector 12, which is my home. All right. I never did anything with the hacknet, but because putting in augmentations resets everything, I didn't see a need to, but I did want to do some augmentation. So looking at what I've got, let's take a look at what we got. Remember that every augmentation we buy ups the price, so I want to buy the most expensive ones first. So looking over here with CyberSec, there were 2 that I could get, and so I really don't see any advantage in continuing over here. This level 4 I can get almost anywhere, and this cranial signal processors, maybe we can do that. It's 125 mil, and that money is not a problem. That's 7%, 2%, and 5%. So if I go to factions and look at Sector 12 and take a look at its augmentations, the only one I can't get is this automated targeting 2. I can get this cache route starter system, which looks like it'd be nice. I'd start off with $1 million, start off with brute SSH, so every time I run the augmentation, I'd be a little bit ahead of the game. I'd be able to hack stuff a little bit faster. I've got this Neuroflux generator, which is just the same thing everywhere. Neural stimulator, $3 billion, but it gives me 12% hacking, 2% faster hack, and 10% hack success. So that looks good. I think that might end up being our first purchase, but let's take a look at what NightSec had to offer. So NightSec had this gene modification, which increases my hack skill and my I can't get that because I don't have enough reputation. Neurotrainer, 15%. Data Jack, but I don't have enough reputation. This increases my hack skill. This increases my hacking percentage. This goes 5, 2, and 5. So I see a lot of things here that I could do. This only brings up my hacking by 8%. but if I go to sector 12 and take a look at the one here, yeah, I think I'm going to start with this neurostimulator. It's $3 billion, so I'll go ahead and buy that chunk. Goodness. All right. So now I've got this multiplier of 1.9. So what's the next most expensive? I got cash root starter, or what else could I get? I got the cash root starter, or I can get this one's going to be a little bit more expensive. So do I want 8% or do I want 25%? Do I want extra skill or extra experience? What's the difference? I actually think I'm going to get both. So I'm going to get the enhancement. Then I'm going to get, oh, I forgot about this Netverter module. Oh, that's the one I'm trying to get. So let's go ahead and get that. I think that's my next expensive thing that I can get. All right, I've got this cranial signal number 1. Let's see if I go back to my factions and go to sector 12. How much has this cash thing gone up to? It's gone up to 857. This is 857 as well, so it doesn't matter which one I get, those are going to be the same cost. All right, so I can't get this, I can't get this. I can spend $1 billion on this. So that's $1 billion. And if I go to NightSec, that's $1 billion. So I'll go ahead and get that for $1 billion. And NightSec. So now this is going to be $1 billion. I'll go back to sector 12. Now this is $1 billion. But I do want that cash root starter. It's going to make my life a little bit easier every time everything resets. I can no longer get the speech one, but I could get the augmented targeting. What does that do? Adds 10% to dexterity. And then over here, I can get more Neuroflex Governor. So I can't get anything else except for the Neuroflex Governor here, which is the same thing I can get here, but it's 99. That might be cheaper here than it is here. No, they're both 99. All right, so sector 12, let's finish up what I've got here. What other augmentations could I get? I can get augmented targeting 1. All right, and then with my 1.4 billion, I guess I'll just max out my Neuroflex Governor here. So I've just basically use it. Now I don't have any more money. That multiplier just gets so huge so fast. All right, it's time for the big sleep. I get to keep the home RAM and cores. That's good to know. So next time when I can always upgrade my computer and it will get better quicker. All right, I wake up in my home and I feel different. I'm back, but now I have $1 million here. I should still have, if I go to my city and I go to the World Stock Exchange, I still have my account. And I don't belong to the factions anymore, but I just need to go to my script. So let's go back to my scripts, go to my terminal. And I've renamed some of my scripts, so let me go ahead and nano hack root. And I have brute SSH. I don't have FTP crack or relace SMTP. And I really have no business doing anything with the 1-port, 2-port, or 3-port systems. So we'll go ahead and save that, close it, and then let's go ahead and run hack root. And so that should set up hacking on all of the systems. And as long as my hack skill is too low, when it tries to hack food stuff, it's just going to fail. And so I'm probably going to have to restart this script a couple of times to get the hack. In the meantime, though, it's going to keep weakening these, which is nice. And then, of course, I can nano my hack home script, which is basically the exact same thing, but it runs it on my home systems. I just don't care about these or these. So I can run hack home. And so that's going to put all these programs on my home computer. So we're doing okay. Just going to start hacking. And of course, what's really cool is when you're looking at this, you can see my home computer fill up with scripts as it runs. Notice my hack level is already up to level 3 from these, and these hacks are just going to blast through. The hack level is just going to go really high. All right. So at this point, if I go to the city and I go to Alpha Enterprises, I could buy another server, but I've already got this server. I could buy my Tor router again, which means I could actually purchase those hacking programs, but with a hack level that's pretty low, I don't really see a purpose to it. I like the idea of purchasing a bigger server, but I could go ahead and just make this and say here, I've got home 1 server. I could buy another one, call it home 2. And so now if I go to my terminal, I can SCP my foo script to home 1. Oh, it's home -1, okay. So SCP my foo script to home -1. And SCP my foo script to home 2. And if I if I connect to home -1, I can run. Actually, let's do something else here. Let's go back home and look at that. I've already got to the point where I've got the flight exp file. I want to copy hack home, SCP hack home to home 1 and SCP it to home 2. And now what I can do is I can just run and then I can connect to home 2. And so now I've got 2 more things that are working over here. I now have the ability to create the AutoLink program, so I'll go ahead and work on that in the background. But if I look at my active scripts, you can see these servers that I've got over here are working really well. All right, so at this point, I'm just going to be spending some time growing back my reputation. Notice that my hack level with the scripts that I have and those augmentations that I got, this hack level is just going wild right now. So as soon as I reach a certain level, let me see, what was it? If I do scan, analyze, oh, let me go home first, and then scan, analyze. Notice that Harakiri Sushi needed a level 40. As soon as I get to a level 100, I can do Iron Gem, and as soon as this is level 100, I can go ahead and look at that second level of things. CyberSec's already saying, hey, why don't you hack on our back door? So if I do connect CSEC, can't connect directly to CSEC, interesting. Scan, analyze 3. Where was CSEC again? Yeah, I should be able to connect to CSEC. Oh, that's right. I have to connect through a place to get to CSEC. I have to connect through Sigma Cosmetics. So connect Sigma Cosmetics, then connect to CSEC. And now I can run my backdoor stuff on it. But I need to run the root SSH on here, and now I can run nuke. I've got it. So now if I do backdoor, run back, or just backdoor. Excellent. So now I've hacked this, and now if I go home, I'm going to get an invitation soon from that faction. So what's really nice about these augmentations, yeah, they do reset your progress, but it's really easy to get back to your state. Notice I'm almost back up to having $1 million. I'm almost back up to a level 75 hack, and I've got the invitation to join the factions. So these augmentations really do allow you to kind of ramp up your game. So once again, this is Mr. Potter. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.